Lancaster, National Park Service Park Ranger. Back in the last millennium, we had a huge drop in staff at the Douglas Center that did environmental education programs. We went from 22 rangers who were brought on just to do EE programs to 10 year-round permanent rangers. And while the park staff dropped, the desire by schools to have the park used as a classroom didn't drop. And that's when the idea of a not-for-profit that provided environmental education started bubbling up. And in the early 1990s, I was teaching at Lake Central High School and working as a seasonal at the park. And I was invited to participate in a planning for an overnight environmental education experience that was the dream of the brand new board of the Dunes Learning Center. Well, my career took me other places, and I came back here 15 years later to see the dream realized. There was a super cool 6 buildings where kids could come and spend the night in the park on an awesome campus and an amazing program, providing services to more students than the Park Service could ever have provided. So thank you, Lee, and happy birthday.
Hi, Lee. It's Tim Brown here. Happy birthday. I'm very excited for you and to participate in this tribute video. What is my favorite memory of you? Well, there's been a lot of them, but I would say that perhaps my favorite memory of you is my first memory of you, which was when I was running Students for a Better Environment at Northwestern University a long time ago. You came to one of our meetings, and I thought to myself, well, that's nice. There's a returning mom coming to school. She's enrolled at Northwestern and joining our students group. Well, come to find that it was Lee Botts, the famous Lee Botts.
Hi, Lee. Happy birthday. My name's Kay Nelson. I'm Director of Environmental Affairs at the Northwest Indiana Forum, and Lee Botts taught me how to work with all diverse stakeholder groups. And one of my favorite memories with Lee is our joint statement of support for the Great Lakes Compact that Lee and I read into the record, having support of Northwest Indiana businesses and our local environmental stakeholder groups supporting the compact. We were the only state to do so, including the 2 provinces of Canada. So we were very proud of our accomplishments with that. And as far as my favorite memory with Lee, it can be summarized quite easily in the multiple times she had me over to sit on the dock at her Inner Pond, sipping gin and tonics as we solve the problems of the world. Again, happy birthday, Lee, and thanks for everything you've done for Northwest Indiana.
Hello, Lee. This is Jeanette Nagu. I want to wish you a wonderful, wonderful 90th birthday. I am so grateful for your willingness to take over getting honey sold in smaller quantities at the Save the Dunes shop after my mother, Grace Darcy, injured herself. It really meant a lot to her that her project was taken over by you so the honey would still be available for those who wanted it. Thank you so much for all your years of helping save the dunes as well as protecting Lake Michigan. Best of luck.
It's still Utopia. Still drinkable? Would you guys drink out of this water? If it was oil and sediment, are you going to drink it? Oh, no. I'm concerned. Yeah. Awesome. Very good. All right. So was there any pressure to pick the right one?
Hi, Lee. Happy birthday from Kim Swift and the team here at Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore. I'm here at the front of headquarters, and I can remember so many really fun, challenging, and inspirational meetings that we went to together in this building, getting the Dunes Learning Center up and going 20 years ago. And I want to thank you for teaching me about the value of perseverance and partnerships. So have a great birthday and hope to see you soon.
My best memory of Lee by far is one time shortly after I started at Shirley Hines, I went over to her house where she served me some delicious homemade cookies and a Heineken. And it just so happened that the Heineken was a little dated and tasted like vinegar. And I didn't want to offend her. So when she went to go use the restroom, I dumped the Heineken down there. One lesson I learned from Lee is that persistence and tenacity goes a long
Lee,
way.
it's Doreen Carey here, wishing you happy 90th birthday from the shores of Lake Michigan. You've always been a role model and an inspiration to me all of these years. From the Lake Michigan Federation to the Grand Cal Task Force to Northwest Indiana Regional Environmental Coordination, the Dunes Learning Center, and Shifting Sands, you have generated ideas and projects that bring people together and move environmental efforts forward. So I just want to say thank you for being here for all of us today and for the next generation.
Happy birthday, Lee Botts. When I think of you, I think of the well over 100,000 kids who have been exposed to the Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore because of the vision you had with the Dunes Learning Center. Imagine all the people that have talked to those kids, family and friends over the years, and I'm sure the impact is well into the millions. Great work. We really appreciate your vision and work, and I hope you're having a great birthday. Thanks.
Happy birthday, Lee. We really miss you. I was working on a film with Margot McMahon, and I saw this sculpture of you in her studio. I think it captures your spirit beautifully. I'm not sure if you have ever seen it. Right now, it doesn't have a home. It would be really nice if the Dunes Learning Center could obtain it for display. We wish you a very happy birthday, Ronna Siegel and Mike Smith.
Hi, Lee. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday here from the Nature Conservancy office in Maryville. I have to say one of my favorite memories was when you came to the celebration a couple of years ago on the cleanup of the Grand Calumet River between Kennedy and Klein Avenues. You just looked so pleased that day to be there and to be among us and to see the work that had been completed. And I know that it was something that many of us never thought we would see in our lifetimes. So thank you for everything that you've done for the Great Lakes and for Northwest Indiana, and have a wonderful birthday.
I just wanted to wish you a happy birthday on your 90th. My best memories of you go back some 40 years when I first entered the environmental field with the steel company. You were somebody who was very helpful, but more importantly, you were very encouraging to folks like me that were just getting involved in the environmental activities in Northwest Indiana in particular. And I'll always remember that. Your enthusiasm, your vision for the future, and certainly, but more importantly, for the help for young folks coming in, and particularly myself. Best wishes to you on your birthday.
Hi, Lee. Natalie Johnson here with Save the Dunes. I wanted to say happy birthday and then also thank you. One of my favorite memories that I really want to thank you for is when I first moved up here to Northwest Indiana. I came from the St. Louis region 5 years ago, not knowing anything about this area. And one of my first assignments was to talk to you and learn as much as I could from somebody who's done so many amazing things in this region. And I think back to that day when I came over to your house, we had a wonderful talk all about the history of Northwest Indiana, the state of the environment currently, and the hope for the future. It was a magical conversation. It was also wonderful. We went outside. You introduced me to the Miller neighborhood, and I sat out on your back dock with you and fed carrots to the turtles. It was such a neat experience. It's really neat now to say that I'm executive director of Save the Dunes, and I can look back and say thank you to you for helping me be introduced to this wonderful area and get started in my career path here in Northwest Indiana. You've made a lot of awesome things happen, and I'm just delighted that I can follow in your footsteps. Happy birthday from me to you. Thank you for everything you do for us in Northwest Indiana.
Hi Lee, happy 90th birthday. I'm so excited to be a part of this video and to wish you the best 90th birthday. You know, I've only known you for about 5 years, but I feel like we've kind of walked a lifetime together, especially through making the documentary. You've given me the environmental education of my life, and I appreciate that. But not only that, you've given me a friendship and your mentoring and so much more. And I really hope that you'll be mentoring me and my friend for many years to come yet. And I just want to say I love you and I wish you the best of birthdays ever. So have a great one, Lee.
Happy birthday, Lee. Happy birthday, Lee. I wanted to share with you the school bus that we have now that the RDA and the National Park have purchased. And it's a propane-powered school bus that matches the propane shuttle buses that we've been using when we can. And we also have our CMAQ-funded propane fueling station that's back there. And I don't think you've had a chance to see those, but consider those kind of birthday presents. It's pretty neat. So happy 90th, Lee. We really enjoy working here, continuing your work and all of that you've done here. I have some other things to show you, so hold on. Lee, this is the restoration that's been going on here at the camp. NIPSCO gave us a bunch of money and we got a Chi-Cal grant. The National Park Service is doing work and we're cleaning up the place. We're doing a whole habitat restoration and all the NIPSCO land that goes around it. It's a multi-year project, but as you can see, it's already having a big impact on the densely overgrown invasives, and so we're giving it a giant, really giant facelift. So I thought you'd get a kick out of this. The orange tags are the fruit trees. The apple trees that exist here at the old Camp Goodfellow. Davy Tree Service came again this year and did this recently this winter while the ground was frozen. And I thought you would enjoy this. It will look a lot better. There'll be wildflowers, all kinds of good stuff. But right now it's piles of restoration and biomass. All of it is good lessons and good conversations to have added to our repertoire of bees, gardening, and all the rest of the good stuff that goes on here. Happy 90th birthday, Lee.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lee. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, Lee. Dunes Learning Center.
Lee, just want to take this opportunity to again wish you a very happy 90th birthday and every happiness, good health in your life. Just remember, Johnny V made it to 101, so you keep going. I appreciate your lifetime of work.